Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at compositions of transformations. A composition of a transformation is one transformation followed by another. A glide reflection is a composition of a translation and a reflection across a line parallel to the vector of the translation. So, what we want to learn today is how to do compositions of transformations, which is essentially one transformation followed by another. And it's about as simple as it sounds. You're going to do one, and then you're going to take that shape and you're going to do another. Okay. So, we talked about how the original shape is called a pre-image. And then the next shape is called the image. Okay. Well, the shape after that, um, we're gonna use a different marking to indicate the third shape there, and I'll show that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the example we have here. So here it says it reflects across ABC, or triangle ABC reflects across the line L along V. So that's the vector there. So it's reflected. Here's line L. And you see how it's reflected over here? And I highlighted it. Okay. And then we're going to translate it parallel to vector V right here. So that's going to be it slid up because translate is a slide. So we flipped and then we slid. All right, let's take a look at an example. It says here, draw the results of each composition of the transformation. So I'm gonna do the first one here. So you're gonna translate triangle HJK along V and then reflect it across the line M. Okay. So you're gonna translate. Okay. So you see it as showing the vector sliding it up. So the first thing we're gonna do is slide this up like so. So I slid it up. All right. And the next part, I'm then going to reflect it. So I reflect it across the line M here. Okay. And here I'm looking at the indications from the textbook. But usually what happens is this is considered your image. And then when you do another thing, it's a second image. And you'll have, instead of having one prime, you have double prime. You have two little markings. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can do number two. Okay, number two says reflect the triangle DEF across line K and then translate it along U. So first I'm going to flip it. Oh, reflect it. So I flipped it across line K here. And then I'm going to translate it along vector U. So I slid vector U. All right, now let's take a look at a coordinated plane and get precise measurements about how to move it and change it. Okay, so with the coordinated plane, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to draw the second shape, but I am going to show you the markings. Okay, and the reason being is I want to lay out the points and then make those changes each time and show what I did. So I'm gonna start with three here. So it says triangle ABC has vertices uh, A being 0, -1, B being 3, 4, and C being 3, 1. Okay, we want to rotate it across 180 degrees around the origin, then reflect it across the x-axis right here. Okay, so first I started by plotting these points. So I went 0, -1 for A, 0, down 1, and then I went over 3 and up 4 for B. And then I went over 3 and up 1 for C. Okay. And now I'm going to connect the dots, and I have my triangle. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write out these original points. I'm just gonna write them side by side because what I want to do next is I want to rotate 180 degrees. So if you look at your notes, when you rotate 180 degrees, you keep the X and the Y the same, but you just change the signs. So this is going to be A prime, B prime, and C prime. And this is what the number should be. So I'm taking the 0, -1, and I'm changing the sign. The 0 you can't change. The 1 I made positive. And in B, I've got 3, 4. I've changed them both to negative because they're both positive. And in C, 3, 1, I made them both negative. Okay. So right here, I could plot it out, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and show the end of it. But this is A prime, B prime, and C prime. All right. So the next thing I want to do is reflect it across the x-axis. So I go to my rules about the x-axis, and it's x comma negative y. So with this, we're just going to change the y. So I'm going to take these same points after I've rotated and do this to it. Okay. So now I've got 0, -1. I change that positive to negative. I've got B prime, B double prime, I should say, -3, but +4. Change the 4 to positive. See? All right. And I'm going to change this -1 to positive. You just write down the rules and follow the rules. You can't really go wrong. All right. Now I'm going to plot out the points. So I've got A prime, which is 0, -1. Same place as the original A here. And I got B double prime, which is -3, +4. I go over 3 and then up 4. And I got C double prime. I go left 3 and up 1. And then I connect my dots. So that's rotated 180 degrees and then flipped across the x-axis. All right, go ahead and take a look at number 4. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do this one. This is triangle QRS, has vertices 2, 1, 4, -2, and S, 1, -3. You're going to reflect it across the y-axis and then translate it, which is slide it, along vector 1, 3. Okay, see if you can do that. Go ahead and pause the video here. All right, so I got S, R, and Q. I just plotted out the regular points. I got Q, which is over 2, up 1. I got R, which is over 4, down 2. And I got S, which is over 1, down 3. I'm going to connect the dots. Now I'm going to write out my points, the original points here. and I will make the changes to it. So here it says to reflect over QRS. It will reflect over QRS across the y-axis. So this is the notation for the y-axis, okay? We're just going to change the sign of the x, okay? So I see I got a +2, a +4, a +1. I'm going to keep the y the same and change all of these to negative. So now I got -2, -4, -1, -2, 1, -4, -2, -1, -3. That's flipped over the y-axis. All right, next part, we're going to translate a vector 1, 3. So the rule for that is you're going to take the A and add it to X, and you'll take the B and add it to Y. So the 1 is A, and the B is Y. And I want to add it to what I've already reflected here. So this is what I get. I get -2 plus 1 is -1. -4 plus 1 is -3. And -1 plus 1 is 0. All right, and with Q, on the Y part here, we're going to add 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. -2 plus 3 is +1. And -3 plus 3 is 0. All right, next we're going to go ahead and plot out our points here. We got Q, which is -1, go back 1, and go up 4. And then we got -3, 1, go left -3 and up 1. And S prime is going to be 0, 0. Double prime, I should say. And now all you gotta do is connect the dots, and there we go. And that's it. That is a composite of transformations. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.